Live from Fox 5, welcome to the News Block.
And here are the top stories today on the News Block for you. Dozens charged in a massive illegal gambling bust, including a head coach and a player in the NBA. We are tracking the very latest from court. But first, we are following breaking news right now. Mayor Adams officially endorses former Governor Andrew Cuomo in the race for the next New York City mayor. Good afternoon. I'm Linda Schmidt. Thanks so much for joining us today for the News Block. Now, it was just moments ago, Adams and Cuomo held a press conference together in Harlem to talk about the endorsement. Fox 5's Antoine Lewis is live right now in the newsroom with the very latest on this. And Antoine, this comes just days before the start of early voting, which starts on Saturday. Also, many people speculated that this was coming, and then it finally happened today.
Absolutely. It's a very big deal, and also quite interesting, Linda, because Mayor Adams recently called the former governor a snake and a liar. But this afternoon in Harlem, Mayor Eric Adams formally endorsing Andrew Cuomo in the race to succeed him. This comes on the heels of the final mayoral debate last night. Now, you may recall that before dropping his own re-election bid, Adams spent a lot of time taking shots at Cuomo over policies, over past actions while he was governor. However, this afternoon, Adams said that he and Cuomo were, in his words, brothers and also family. And that's why he chose to endorse him, while also acknowledging the name-calling between the two. Take a listen.
So, yes, while you criticize Andrew and you called him names, you know what? And he called me names. But you know what? Now it's time to fight for the family. And I'm going to fight for the family with Andrew Cuomo as the next mayor of the city of New York.
Thank you, Cuomo. Thank you, Adam. The mayor put his own ambition aside because he cares more about New York City. And he believes Zoran is an existential threat to New York City. And we all have to do our best to make sure that Zoran does not become the next mayor.
As for Democratic frontrunner Zoran Mamdani, he was in Murray Hill today, joined by parents and their young children to talk about the rising costs of raising a family in New York City. Mamdani also outlined his baby basket policy, a program that he says will ensure the mothers of newborns receive a free basket filled with resources to help with postpartum issues, which he says data shows mostly impacts women of color.
Maternal mortality continues to disproportionately target black mothers, where they face a rate 9 times higher than that of white mothers in this city. This is one example of how we can start to actually address these crises and respond to them with the urgency that they require.
Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa was campaigning at the 28th Street subway station today. While making his case to voters, he addressed repeated calls for him to drop out of the race and make it basically a two-man heat between Mamdani and Cuomo. Take a listen to this.
You can forget me dropping out because it's not the billionaires who are going to pick the next man. It's the people of New York. I trust the people. They will make a decision. I don't trust the billionaires.
And just a reminder that Election Day is in just 12 days, and early voting actually starts, as you pointed out, Linda, on this Saturday. A very busy afternoon here in the newsroom on the political landscape. We'll send things now back upstairs to you.
All right, Antoine, thank you. It certainly is a busy day. And you can stay with Fox 5 for more on the race for the mayor. You can watch Battleground NYC, the fight for your vote, with the host, this lady right here, S.E. Cupp. Stream it weeknights at 7 p.m. That's when it's streaming on the Fox local app, or you can watch it right after the 10 o'clock news. And we are following a developing story right now. More than 30 people have been arrested and charged in 2 separate illegal gambling cases. Now, the people include a well-known NBA player and coaches and members of the Mafia. Some of them were in federal court this afternoon in Brooklyn, and that is where Fox 5's Haley Fixler is right now to break it all down for us. Hi there, Haley.
Hi, Linda. Yeah, 20 people entered their pleas today across 3 different courtrooms inside of this courthouse here behind me. And of the people who I watched, all of them said that they were not guilty, and some will be released on secured bonds. But let me tell you, these 2 cases, they are incredibly detailed and come after years of hard investigative work by authorities in 11 different states. So here's what I can tell you. One of the cases is related to a fraudulent gambling scheme. Investigators say professional athletes like current head coach of the Portland Trail Trailblazers' Chauncey Billups, who also used to play for the Knicks, and former Cleveland Cavaliers player and assistant coach Damon Jones. They were used to get victims to come to the poker table. We're told everyone, even the dealers, they were in on this scam. The victims were fleeced out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per game. Now, we're told Mafia families, they were also involved in this poker game. They include the Banana, Genovese, and Gambino families. Here's what we also learned. Prosecutors say defendants use a lot of high-tech devices to rig these games. You can see some photos here. This includes hidden cameras, special contact lenses that would read pre-marked cards, and even an x-ray table that would read the cards that were face down on a table.
Victims believed that they were sitting at a fair table. Instead, they were cheated out of millions. One victim in particular lost $1.8 million. In total, losses exceeded $7 million and continue to climb. And when people refused to pay, these defendants did what organized crime has always done. They used threats, they used intimidation, and they used violence. It's the same pattern that we have seen for decades.
And three of the people accused in the poker game scandal, they were also charged in another case. That is the illegal sports betting one. Prosecutors allege that there was an illegal spread of information regarding when players would be sitting out of certain games and when they would pull themselves out of games because of injuries. Officials say Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, he is part of a group that would pass that non-public information to sports bettors. He's also accused of faking an injury to pull himself out of a game in order to help with a prop bet. Investigators say this group, they also got information by threatening a current player and leveraging his existing gambling debt. They explain this was all related, again, to a network of people who would place the maximum number of bets in order to increase their profits. Now, we do also know that both Billups and Rozier have been placed on immediate leave by the NBA, and prosecutors also say that between the two schemes, victims were cheated out of tens of millions of dollars. They say right now this is an ongoing investigation. Live in downtown Brooklyn, Linda, back to you.
Right, Haley, disappointing. At this point, just allegations, but disappointing nonetheless. All right, we're going to shift gears right now. We're going to get a check on that weather. A live look outside right now. It's a little bit of a breezy, cool day today. We're going to bring in Liv Johnson at the Weather Center for a look at the forecast. And Liv, I have to tell you, I made a quick trip outside. I didn't even need my coat because as long as I was in the sun, I was doing okay.
Yeah, if you're in the sun, you're fine. If you're in the shade, it's a bit chilly, but it's nice fall weather. We're a little bit cooler than we were this time yesterday throughout the tri-state area, but still a nice crisp 58 degrees. And we are still in the 60s out on Long Island. We have 61 down the shore in New Jersey, 60 for Newark. Meanwhile, up in Hartford, it's 59 degrees, and we have mid-50s through the Hudson Valley, but Monticello just at 50 degrees right now. We have mainly clear skies. We've had kind of a mix of sun and cloud cover, but at least we're in the clear for rain. There is a slight chance if you're up northwest of the city that you could see a quick passing sprinkle this afternoon, but for the most part, we're looking dry throughout the entire tri-state. Just a little breezy, wind speeds 10 to 20 miles per hour throughout most of the tri-state, but we are gusting closer to 20, 25 depending on where you are. White Plains has some wind gusts, Newark has some wind gusts, and same thing down the shore. New York City, Long Island, we've been going in and out of having some wind gusts. Next couple of days are pretty consistent, plenty of sunshine. We're looking at a dry weekend and temperatures in the upper 50s. Linda?
All right, thanks, Liv. It looks pretty good. Well, a construction worker has sadly died after falling 60 feet on the job on the west side. It happened about 9 o'clock this morning. There was a call of a worker falling into a construction pit. Rescue workers lowered a basket to retrieve the victim. They performed CPR and determined that there was no pulse or breathing. The worker was working on a site that is part of the Hudson River Tunnel Gateway project. All the work there has been suspended on the site while the incident is under investigation.